As for the broader market, Dow settled into the red early this morning. Bob Dahl's with us, Crossmark Global CEO and CIO. Bob, it's good to have you. Thanks for joining us in advance of the number tomorrow. We know this is, we always say the jobs number is one of the most important ever, but this could actually determine the trajectory of rates in the medium term, wouldn't you say?
Totally agree. You guys just covered the job situation very well. Look, the Jackson Hole speech was a pivot. It was, we're not sure whether to focus more on inflation or the jobs picture. After that, it's jobs, jobs, jobs. The job market is slowing. And I think that obviously raised the probability, and I'm in the camp just about like everybody else, that they're going to lower rates. It'll be interesting what they say around that. Is this a one and let's watch for a while, or is this the beginning of something more and the market's looking for that cue?
Right. I think every month so far this year has been revised lower. We'll pay extra close attention to revisions tomorrow. Does the market celebrate a softer print?
I think it could if it's not too soft, if I could fine tune it, but I think you're right. The revisions from the last year are going to be more important than the number itself, because that negative revision is probably going to be a big number, Carl.
Right. The job openings actually may suggest, because that was from July, weaker revisions. I guess, Bob, the question is not September now, it's October and December.
Right.
Right. And so what the market is banking on as far as what would be a surprise?
Yeah, look, I think the weakness you all pointed out, which I agree with, is likely to continue, which is obviously in favor then of continuing to lower rates. But you covered it very briefly. Inflation is not conquered. You know, the numbers, using round numbers, they're not 0.2 per month, which annualizes to a two and a fraction. It's 0.3, which is, problematic if you really want to. So I wouldn't give up on the Fed doing one and then watching for a while.
Does that mean that the small cap trade can lead in the ways that it was showing signals it might coming out of Jackson Hole?
Yeah, I think that trade is not necessarily over. We all know that small cap does best when you're coming out of a recession, and obviously we're not in one to come out of one. So I think it's a trade and nothing more. Too many.
Meantime, go ahead, Bob. Sorry.
Too many Russell 2000 companies still losing money, like well over a third of them.
Right. Meantime, energy prices, we did get to about a one-month high. Now we're looking forward to this weekend and maybe some production hikes out of OPEC. I think Goldman's looking for Brent to fall into the 5 handles maybe on a glut going into next year. I wonder what you make of what's happening with energy and how that feeds into the inflation story.
Clearly, that's a plus for consumers primarily, but also for the inflation numbers. And I think that will be something that continues to get headlines. I don't think it solves our inflation problem, but does make it a little easier.
What do you make of the market overall? It was smooth sailing in August, and September's felt a little bumpier, back to reality. What's your feeling about whether this rally can sustain toward more records?
I think we're in a high-risk bull market. So I'm talking out of both sides of the mouth. I get it. But the bulls clearly point to earnings and how good they have been. The Fed's about to ease. They point to AI and other technology and productivity issues. And the bears say, not so fast. The economy is slowing. Inflation's not been conquered. What about the long list of things we need to worry about? Fed independence, et cetera, et cetera. And then, of course, valuation, which is a problem for anybody who's long-term oriented.
Are you worried about Fed independence?
I think we have to be, given all that's come out of the administration. I hope it's just a lot of noise, Sarah. It's part of the underpinning of our structure to have an independent Fed. I think it's pretty important. We got to watch that one carefully.
Bob, a lot headed our way in the next 24 hours. Look forward to talking again soon. Thanks, Bob Dahl.
Sounds great. Bye-bye.